Jeremiah, you're joining us from Ganta, east of Monrovia, from Liberia. You are our very first dedoc voice in the whole country, in Liberia. We met about 2 years ago on another summit we were discussing, and you were telling me about your diagnosis story. Can you wrap that up in just a few minutes and tell people how you were diagnosed, because you have a direct relation to Life for a Child as well?
Yeah. All right. Okay. My name is Jeremiah B. Cooper, and I'm a nursing student at the United Methodist University. I was diagnosed 2014 during the Ebola crisis, and then first I was misdiagnosed. The doctors felt I had something like typhoid, and then they did series of tests only to know that I had diabetes, and then at first it was like a dream for me, like what is diabetes? I don't even know what is it. And then my father said, this is a very rich man's sickness. Where are we? What do we have to support this kind of sickness? So we went on, and I never accepted I had it, and I started living my normal life. But then things started to change in my life. My body started to decrease, and other activities started to drop. So my father and I put hands together and then started supporting me with the medication, though it was very much expensive. I can remember at first accessing even the test strip, the meter was very expensive. So we just used to be doing it like that. Whenever I feel something, like I say, oh, I'm feeling something in my diet, I say, maybe you can go take your insulin. That was how we were on it till 2 years later. I had an opportunity to come Ganta, there where I met Life for a Child. And then I started getting medication from Life for a Child till now. And then me getting the medication, I can remember what I passed through before meeting Life for a Child was quite hectic for me. So I started to think about other people that are in Liberia who is being diagnosed and don't know Life for a Child. Maybe like, because Life for a Child, let's say just in few places, maybe like Ganta and other places. And we have so many counties and various states in Liberia who don't know Life for a Child, who have not heard about Life for a Child, who is even diagnosed with diabetes, but they are afraid to come up like to say I have diabetes, because we in Liberia believe that diabetes, as for me, I believe that when I had diabetes, I felt that I'm different from every other person in the country. I felt that there is no hope for me, nowhere anymore. I said I would stop my education. I started feeling bad at first, but it was through the hand of God and my father keep encouraging me. So I start thinking about those that are like me now, who don't have the support, who don't have the hands, who have not met Life for a Child, who have not heard about them, because Life for a Child is just in few places like Ganta, I think other hospitals in Monrovia, but then they are not in other regions in Monrovia. So I start thinking about some of them. I start to worry about my other friends, maybe that I don't know, who have diabetes in other counties and states. So I start to do something like or awareness from my campus, try to carry on an awareness with some of my friends, try to encourage people, telling the health, the awareness of diabetes, in a sense. Like we started what we call classroom awareness, where we will go from each class and try to give people few tips on diabetes, how to encourage yourself when you have this disease, or how to get tested when you have this disease. And that was how my friends and I came together. Although I'm the only person that have diabetes among them, but they have the passion of working with people who has diabetes, because we all are nursing students. So I started working with them, and then we came together and funded a group that we said it is called, because I was one part of, I attended dedoc before. So when they talk about paying it forward, I said, but then I think I could just go under the umbrella of dedoc and pay it forward, like opening an awareness group in my country where we could talk about diabetes and other issues more to our brothers and sisters who don't have the ideas, who don't have the the knowledge, and even who don't have the supplies, even though we don't have the hands of giving them the supplies, but I think just by giving them the message about diabetes and teaching them other educational part about diabetes, for me, I believe that we will help them a lot. So that was how my friends and I came together, and then we started talking to other people in Kanta, but we have not really gone through Monrovia per se. We just stop Kanta. Every time we go out and then talk to some other people about diabetes, those that have it and those that don't have it, we teach them the educational aspect of it. So that is how we have been doing things for some time now.
Jeremiah, what I love about your story is, and you just mentioned it, you said pay it forward. This is the motto of our dedoc Voices program, our scholarship program. You were our first dedoc voice from Africa. What I love about your story is you've been kind of rescued, saved through the Life for a Child program. Then later on you decided to go to Ganta Hospital to become a student nurse, to learn more about diabetes so that you could educate others. And now you're kind of starting a local, dedoc community in Ganta Hospital with a couple of friends to do more. And I felt the first time we met, I made this almost stupid mistake. In Germany, in Europe, dedoc is very much about peer support, which means reaching out to other people with diabetes, having conversations, talking amongst each other. And I remember I asked you, so, with this group of friends you have, the other people with diabetes that do you talk about this and that? And you were like, but you don't understand. I don't know anybody else with diabetes. They all died because they didn't have Life for a Child to support like you had in the beginning. And I thought it stopped me there for a moment. And I think it's great that you're taking your own experience, you are on the receiving end from Life for a Child, you're turning it full circle, you're working with one of the great doctors at Ganta Hospital to now pay it forward to others, working with Life for a Child, bringing that program to more and more people in your country, in your community. Thank you really very much for doing this. This is what our motto, pay it forward, stands for. Learn something, receive something, pay it forward to somebody else. Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
Jeremiah B. Cooper from Liberia, our first dedoc voice in that country, and I think one of the prime examples of that paying it forward doesn't only always mean social media and posting, but really doing work on the ground in his local setting. I think what he's doing is tremendous. It's exceptional. It's amazing. Thank you, Jeremiah.